We are in a chapter called circles, and we solve the problems of exercise 4.2. Before going to the today's class, I am going to repeat the definition of a circle. Circle is nothing but a collection of all points in a plane which are equidistant from a constant point or a fixed point called the center. Then I told you about the three line segments: radius, diameter and the chord, and two lines, that is tangent and a secant. Two theorems. One is radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other at the point of contact. Another one is the lengths of the tangents drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. This particular theorem is the must for the public examination. You have to practice every day this. And in this chapter, we have two exercises. One is 4.1, another one is 4.2. We are in 4.2, problem number 11. The problem is like this. Prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Very nice problem. Why? Because to solve this problem, students should understand the properties of parallelogram and a rhombus. Parallelogram, the properties of parallelogram and rhombus are all you studied in 8th and 9th standard. All the problems of some of the problems of this particular exercise is based on the 9th standard content. You know the difference between the parallelogram and the rhombus. Both are quadrilaterals. In the case of a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Adjacent sides are not equal. But in the case of a rhombus, all the sides are equal. That is the difference between a parallelogram and a rhombus. Now we have to prove that if a parallelogram circumscribing a circle, then it should be a rhombus. That we have to prove it is a rider. I start proving like this. The first thing is, I identify a circle. First I draw a circle. O is the center of the circle. I mark the fixed point with some convenient radius. I draw a circle. I draw a circle. Right? Now, I draw a parallelogram circumscribing this circle. Parallelogram. You know what is parallelogram? Parallelogram is a quadrilateral. Parallelogram is what? A quadrilateral. I write a parallelogram here. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral circumscribing what is known as a circle. A parallelogram circumscribing a circle. Parallelogram. I should write it parallelogram. See, now I wrote a parallelogram circumscribing a circle. Now I name this parallelogram as ABCD. Always while writing the names, you have to write in a cyclic order. A, B, C, D like this, or A, B, C, D. Now, the sides of the parallelogram are touching touching the circle, and I mark the point of contact. These are the point of contact, because each side of the parallelogram becomes a tangent to the circle, right? Now I name them as PQRS. P, Q, R, S. PQRS. See, this is ABCD is a parallelogram touching the circles at P, Q, R, S respectively. The sides of the parallelogram touching the circles at P, Q, R, S. Now, what we have to prove? We have to prove that ABCD is a rhombus. What is the difference between a rhombus and a parallelogram? In the case of a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. AB is equal to CD. Similarly, AD is equal to BC. Opposite sides are equal means parallelogram. Therefore, I write like this. ABCD is a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram. Finally, I wanted to prove that this parallelogram is a rhombus. That I have to prove. If ABCD is a parallelogram, then I know that AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. And same way AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to CD. AD is equal to BC. If it is a rhombus, then AB is equal to AD because adjacent sides are equal in the case of a rhombus. In the case of a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. In the case of rhombus, adjacent sides. Adjacent to this is this equal. This is adjacent equal. This is adjacent equal. That is the idea of what is known as rhombus. Now, what I do is AB is equal to CD. This AB and CD is having a point of division at B at P. See, AB can be written as AP plus BP. Same way, CD can be written as CR and DR. CR and DR. Now I write. See, AB is nothing but what? AP. Here what I do is AP is equal to what I wanted to mention. See, AP is equal to AP is equal to AS because tangents drawn to a circle from an external point are equal according to the theorem. A is an external point. From the external point tangents are drawn AP and AS. Therefore, AP is equal to AS. This AP I taken from AB. Therefore, instead of AP is equal to what? AS. That is the first thing. AP is equal to AS. AP is equal to AS. Then BP. See BP. BP is equal to what? BP is equal to BQ. BP is equal to BQ. BP is equal to BQ. Now I splitted AB as AP and BP. AP is equal to AS. BP is equal to BQ. Right? Same way. Now I am going to split CD. See the CD. CD is nothing but CR and DR. CR is equal to CQ. CR is equal to what? CQ. Then I write CR is equal to CQ. Same way, DR is equal to DS. DR is equal to DS. First you have to understand this. See, this side AP, BP, CR and DR is taken from AB is equal to CD. AB is nothing but AP plus BP. CD is nothing but CR and DR. And all these things I am able to understand with the help of the theorem. The theorem tells that length of the tangents drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. This knowledge I got it from that particular theorem. The theorem tells that lengths of the tangent drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. Now what I do is I add the both sides, LHS and RHS I wanted to add. What is that? AP plus BP plus CR plus DR, this side, this side, is equal to, tell me this side, AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. This side is AB is equal to CD. Right? AB is equal to CD, I split it and then added. Right. Now, I wanted to add it again. AB plus BP means what? AB plus BP means AB. Same way, CR plus DR. CR plus DR is nothing but CD. Here see. AS. Yes. AS plus DS. There is a AS plus DS means AD. Next is BQ plus CQ. BQ plus CQ. Therefore, I write AP plus BP as again AB plus CR plus DR as CD is equal to AS plus DS. AS plus DS is nothing but AD plus BQ plus CQ is nothing but BC. BC, right? AD plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. Now, AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. Therefore, I write AB as it is. In the place of CD, I can write what? AB, because AB and CD are equal. I write it as AB. Same way. I retain AD. I retain AD as AD only. And in the place of BC, I can write it what? AD. AD. Right? Now, I write here. Now, what is that? AB plus AD. AB plus AD is 2AD. AB plus AD is 2AD. Is equal to AD plus AD. AD plus AD is equal to 2AD. 2AD. Now what happens? 2AD is equal to 2AD. Therefore, AB is equal to AD. AB is equal to AD. AB is equal to AD. These are the adjacent sides. Adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. Therefore, I write it here only, or I write here only. Therefore, ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. I repeat once again. See, it is a rider. What we have to prove? We have to prove that a parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Here there is a diagram. Here there is a parallelogram. I start the problem with a parallelogram. I end the problem with rhombus. I start the problem with parallelogram. What are the properties of the parallelogram? In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. I written opposite sides are AB and CD are opposite sides. They are equal. AD is equal to BC. Selecting one equation, I split AB as AP and BP. AP is nothing but AS, BP is nothing but BQ. And with the CD is split into CR and DR. CR is equal to CQ, DR is equal to DS. Then I add the left hand side and right hand side. Then I group them and recollected them. Then I got AB plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. But these two are equal. AB plus CD, instead of CD I written AB. Or you can do one more thing. Instead of AB write CD. CD plus CD 2CD. There you have to do what is known as 2BC you have to write, because opposite sides are equal. That case you have to understand, right? Now try to understand. AB plus CD, I replace CD as AB. AB plus AB is 2AB. Similarly, AD plus AD is equal to 2AD. 2 cancels out. Therefore, AB is equal to AD. AB is equal to AD. AB is equal to AD means AB and AD are what? They are adjacent sides. When adjacent sides are equal, in a parallelogram, adjacent sides are equal. Try to understand. In a parallelogram, if adjacent sides are equal, then it is a rhombus, because we started with a parallelogram and we ended with what? Rhombus. In any case, whenever in a parallelogram, if adjacent sides are equal, then that parallelogram is a rhombus. That is the problem of the exercise 4.2. One of the lengthiest problem. The problem is like this. A triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle of radius 4 centimeter. See, ABC, the diagram is given here. ABC is a triangle to circumscribe a circle of radius 4 centimeter. Now in this diagram, the figure is given in the problem, which is the radius. OD is the radius. OD is equal to 4 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter. ABC, and this circle is touching the one side of the triangle BC at D, and D divides BC in the length 6 centimeter and 8 centimeter. 6 centimeter and 8 centimeter. ABC is a triangle that circumscribes a circle of radius 4 centimeter. One side of the triangle touching the circle at point D, and that D divides that side in the ratio as 6 centimeter and 8 centimeter. Now we have to find the length of AC and AB. Length of AC and AB we have to find. What is? We know the length of BC. Length of BC is 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6 is 14 centimeter. Now we have to find the length of AC and AB. See children, this problem is based on the side and area of a triangle. Side and area of a triangle means the first thing we have to take into our consideration is Heron's formula. Heron's formula is one formula that relates area of a triangle and sides of the triangle. And you studied Heron's formula in the 9th standard. And you solve many number of problems based on Heron's formula. Without Heron's formula, we can't solve this particular problem. Therefore, I make you to recollect the idea of Heron's formula with an example. Then I come and solve this particular problem. See, Heron's formula. Heron's formula help us to calculate area of a triangle by taking the perimeter of the triangle. For example, here there is a triangle. The sides of the triangle is taken as small letter A, B and C. When you add A, B and C, you get the perimeter. And the formula is 2S. S stands for semi-perimeter. Half of the perimeter is called the semi-perimeter. Therefore 2S. I can even write this as P. Okay, we write it as P. P stands for what? Perimeter. Perimeter is equal to A plus B plus C. But perimeter is same as what? 2S. Twice the semi-perimeter. 2S is equal to A plus B plus C. 2S is equal to A plus B plus C. Then S is equal to what? S is equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2. Half of the perimeter is called the semi-perimeter. First you have to understand how to find the semi-perimeter. For example, again I write one more example. This you studied in the 9th standard. There is no need to teach this. It is in the 9th standard. For example, here there is a triangle of side what is called as 10 centimeter, 8 centimeter and 6 centimeter. What is the semi-perimeter of this triangle? What you have to do is you have to write 2S is equal to A. Any one side has A. 8 plus 6 plus 10. 2S is equal to 8 plus 6 plus 10. 8 plus 6 is, how much it is? 14. 14 plus 10 is 24. 2S is equal to 24. Therefore, S is equal to 24 by 2. Cancel this, you get 12. 12 is the semi-perimeter. Therefore, first thing is you have to find the semi-perimeter. With the help of the semi-perimeter, we can find the area of the triangle. Area of this triangle can be calculated by the help of semi-perimeter. Therefore, Heron's formula is one such formula that relates what is known as the sides of the triangle and the area of the triangle. Otherwise, we normally use area of a triangle. To find the area of a triangle, we use half into base into height. Here, height is not given. Only 3 sides are given. How to find the area? We are using Heron's formula. The formula is area of a triangle is equal to square root of S stands for semi-perimeter, S into S minus A. S minus A means semi-perimeter minus any one of the side into S minus B, semi-perimeter minus one more side into S minus C, and this formula is called the Heron's formula. Using this formula, we are going to find the area of a triangle. What is the speciality of this particular formula? This formula relates perimeter of the triangle and area of the triangle. Therefore, this particular problem, we are using Heron's formula. Which formula? Heron's formula. In which standard you have studied? 9th standard. You already passed 9th standard, therefore you know Heron's formula. Heron's formula, 2 things you have to remember. S is equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2. What is that? A, B, C? A, B, C are the sides of the triangle. What is the formula for the area of a triangle using Heron's formula? A is equal to square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. I am using this to solve this particular problem given in the 10th standard, and Heron's formula is in 9th standard. Now come back to our problem of 10th standard. See there. What he is asking is, ABC is a triangle, ABC is a triangle, circumscribing a circle, radius of the circle is 4 centimeter, and what is known as this point D, divide the side BC by 6 and 8 centimeter. Now I am finding the area of this triangle first. I am using which formula? Heron's formula. To find the sides, now I use 10th standard content. The 10th standard content is, see, C is an external point. From C, tangents are drawn to this circle. CD and then one more tangent. Therefore, I mark these 2 points. These 2 points point of contact. This is marked by in the problem only. This is not marked. Therefore, I mark this as, since C is marked as D, I write this as E, F. By that what we understand is, if CD is equal to 6 centimeter, CE is also 6 centimeter. CE is also 6 centimeter. Theorem of the 10th standard. Lengths of the tangent drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. If this is 6 centimeter, this is also 6 centimeter. Same way, come here. From the point B, 2 tangents are drawn. This is 8 centimeter. This is also 8 centimeter. And if you see A, from A 2 tangents are drawn, but he is not given any values for this. I take this as X. And this I got it from the 10th standard theorem. That is, lengths of the tangents drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. First, I write that. In the given figure, very lengthiest problem it is. Therefore, I minimize the space. In the given figure, CD is equal to CE is equal to 6 centimeter, right? CD is equal to CE is equal to 6 centimeter. Similarly, BD is equal to BF is equal to 8 centimeter. Same way, AE is equal to AF is equal to, he is not given anything, I write this as X centimeter. This I got it from the theorem. There is a scarcity of space, therefore I write only theorem. And you can even write lengths of the tangent drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. Now next is to find what is known as area of a triangle by using the what is known as Heron's formula. We have to find what is known as the semi-perimeter. What is the formula for semi-perimeter? 2s. 2s is equal to what? A plus b plus c. A plus b plus c. A means, see, A means I write 2s is equal to, first I write AC plus BC plus AB. AB. Sides. AC is a side, BC is a side, AB is a side. 2s is equal to, what is AC? AC is 6 plus x. 6 plus x. What is BC? BC is the full length, it is 6 plus 8. I write 6 plus 8 only. 6 plus 8. Plus, what is AB? AB is 8 plus x. 8 plus x. Therefore, 2s is equal to, now you have to add. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is what is known as 20. 20 plus 8 is 28. Plus x plus x is 2x. X plus x is 2x. Since here there is 2, I take 2 as a common factor. 2s is equal to 2 of 14 plus x. Now I cancel 2. S is equal to, the bracket is not required, s is equal to 14 plus x. This is the semi-perimeter. Semi-perimeter is what? 14 plus x. Simple, isn't it? I repeat. Here there is a triangle ABC, circumscribing a circle. What is the radius of the circle? 4 centimeter. Now I want you to find the area of the triangle using Heron's formula. Heron's formula, I require semi-perimeter. The formula for the semi-perimeter is A plus B plus C divided by 2. What is that A, B, C? A, B, C are the sides. Here the sides are 6 plus x, 6 plus 8, 8 plus x. Then I got the semi-perimeter as 14 plus x. Now I apply Heron's formula to find what? Area of a triangle. Heron's formula. Right? A is equal to square root of s into s minus a into s minus c, s minus b into s minus c. I am taking little space because I require more space to solve this particular problem. This is one of the lengthiest problem in the textbook. A equals square root of, now we have to very careful here, square root of, I'll change the color if you want. Yes, what is that? Yes, 14 plus x. I write 14 plus x. For yes, I put a bracket because wherever there is a binomial, it is better to put a bracket. Then I change the color. I change to pink. Now I write s minus a. S minus a means, S means what? 14 plus x. 14 plus x minus, again a is a binomial. Therefore, I put another bracket. That is a is 6 plus x. 6 plus x. Here, why I written two brackets, you see, this is the bracket ends here and this is right. Again I continue. Now what happened? The next one is s minus b, 14 plus x, that is what is known as s minus b means 6 plus 18, 6 plus 8, 6 plus 8 is 14. I can simply write 14 or I can even write, I write 14 only. I write 14. B means BC length. 6 plus 8 is 14. Then here I change the color, I will come back to the white only. S minus C, 14 plus x minus, again if there is a binomial, minus of 8 plus x. See, I repeat once again. Heron's formula is A is equal to square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. S means 14 plus x. S minus A means 14 plus x minus one side. One side is 6 plus x. Minus of 6 plus x. Into S minus B means 14 plus x minus B is 6 plus 8, that is 14. Next is S minus C is 14 plus x minus of 8 plus x. This is the problem. This type of problem is called the problem of endurance. Student, gradually they lose interest when the problem becomes lengthy. There are some children, by that we can easily understand these children are going to improve a lot in their life. The people who have endurance means the keeping the interest for a longer duration. Therefore, you have to maintain your interest. See, this is the statement. Now, I remove the brackets. There are two brackets are there, I remove that. I don't do anything else other than that. If single bracket is there, I don't remove. Double bracket is there, I remove. Right? 14 plus x, single bracket. Here double bracket is there. 14 plus x minus 6 minus x. This bracket I remove. This I don't do anything now. Cancellation I do it afterwards. Here double bracket is there. I remove the double bracket. 14 plus x minus 8 minus x. Now single brackets, everything. Brackets are removed. Now cancellation part. Is there any cancellation? Cancel it out. See, plus here there is no cancellation. Here plus x is there, minus x is there. Cancel. Here 14 is there, minus 14 is there. Cancel. Here plus x is there, minus x is there. Cancel. Which are the I cancel? Plus x, minus x. Plus 14, minus 14. Plus x, minus x. I cancel. Then what is left? A is equal to square root of 14 plus x, I have removed, it is intact. Here 14 minus x, 14 minus x is 8. 14 minus x is 8. This complete part becomes 8. Here what is left? Only x is left. Into x. Here 14 minus 8. 14 minus 8 is 6. 6. That I have done. Now I don't remove this bracket. A is equal to, I multiply it. 8 6 are 48. 48 x of 14 plus x. Of 14 plus x. This 48 can be written as 16 3s are. 16 3s are 48. Why should I write 16 into 3? 16 is a number, it is having a square root. Square root of 16 is 4. Therefore, A is equal to square root of 16 into 3 x of 14 plus x. Square root of 16 is 4. A is equal to 4 root. A is equal to 4 root 3x into 14 plus x. Now I calculated the area of the triangle. See children, you have to write this. Why? Because I wanted to erase this board to continue this problem. Therefore I repeat, 50% of the problem I completed. Now I am going to continue. I am going to erase this. Before erasing, I take this result. I want this result. What is this result? This is the area. Area of a triangle is equal to A is equal to 4 root 3x of 14 plus x. How I got it? I repeat it again. See, the diagram is like this. ABC is a triangle. circumscribing a circle of radius 4 centimeter. And now we have to find the length of AC and AB. Once you understood that we have to find the side, there should be a relationship between the side of a triangle and area of a triangle. That is given in the formula called Heron's formula. Before going into the Heron's formula, first we have to find the sides. This side, this part is 6 centimeter, this part is 8 centimeter. According to the 10th standard theorem, tangents are to a circle from an external point are equal, therefore this is 6, this is also 6. If this is 8, this side is also 8. Therefore, the three sides of the triangle are, one is 6 plus x, another one is 14, and third one is 8 plus x. That we understood this. Then to apply Heron's formula, we require semi-perimeter. Semi-perimeter 2s is equal to a plus b plus c. A plus b plus c means sides of the triangle, some of the sides of the triangle. Semi-perimeter I calculated as 14 plus x. How? By adding the sides. S is equal to 14 by 8. Using semi-perimeter, I am calculating the area of the triangle by using Heron's formula. What the Heron's formula is telling? A is equal to square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. I substitute in the place of s is semi-perimeter, 14 plus x. Here s minus a means 14 plus x minus one side. Which side I have taken? 6 plus x I have taken. S minus b means 14 plus x minus another side, that is 8 plus 6, that is 14. S minus c means 14 plus x minus third side, that is 8 plus x. Then I remove the double brackets. Then I cancel plus and minus. Finally I got the area as a is equal to square root of 48x of 14 plus x. 48, we can reduce that. 48 can be written as 16 into 3. Why 16 into 3 means there is a square root for 16. Square root for 16 is 4. Therefore, a is equal to 4 root 3x of 14 plus x. This information I carry. Now I erase the board, but I carry this information. Which is that information? A is equal to 4 root of 3x of 14 plus x. Calculated the area of the triangle ABC by using Heron's formula. The area what we calculated is A is equal to 4 square root of 3x of 14 plus x. Now see children, in this triangle we have to find once again the area of a triangle in another method. The another method is the obvious method. Area of a triangle is equal to half into base into height. Then both the areas to be compared to get the value of x. After knowing the value of x, we can find the sides of the triangle AB and AC. See, the trick is very simple. Always the radius is perpendicular at the point of contact with the tangent. Therefore, this becomes the altitude. This becomes the altitude. If I join this, see, if I join the vertices to the center, if I join the vertices to the center, see, now I can find the area of triangle BOC. Area of the triangle BOC is equal to half into base into height. Base is 14, height is 4. Half into base into height. This area I can. Then how to find the area by using this side? For that one I want to join that. See, I join this also. Right now what I do is, I write this O somewhere here. Now I join this. See, I can find the area of this triangle. I can find the area of this triangle using the formula half into base into height. Simple, right? Now if I wanted to find the area of this triangle, half into base is this. Where is the height? Then I want to join this also. This is called, this is nothing but what? Radius. See, I join OF. If I join OF, this is also perpendicular. This is already perpendicular. They are given radius perpendicular. Therefore, area of triangle AOB is equal to half into 8 plus x into, this is how much it is? 4. Because radius of the circle is same. This is also 4 centimeters. Now, to find the area of this triangle, see this triangle, I wanted to join this. What is this OE? OE is also radius. This is also 4 centimeters. Radii of circle are equal. See, now try to understand. This is 4 centimeters, this is 4 centimeters, this is 4 centimeters. These are all radii. And all the vertices are joined. How many triangles you are able to identify? 3 triangles. Because every triangle is having how many sides? 3 sides. See, the one triangle is this. The another triangle I shaped here. Another triangle is this one. See, this is another triangle. And area of this triangle is calculated as half into base into height. Then the third triangle is this side, which is not shaped. This. Okay. Now, how many triangles are there? The total area of the triangle ABC is nothing but area of the 3 triangles, that is AOC plus BOC plus AOB. These 3 triangles to be added to get the whole area of the triangle ABC. But the area of the triangle ABC is already calculated by us. What is that? A is equal to 4 root 3x of 14 plus x. And this area is equal to sum of the areas of these 3 triangles that we are going to compare. Therefore, I write an equation. See, area of triangle ABC. Area of a triangle ABC, full triangle ABC is equal to area of triangle AOC plus area of triangle, I have not written triangle here, I write triangle now. Area of triangle, the symbol of triangle, delta, area of triangle AOC plus area of triangle BOC plus area of triangle what is known as AOB. If you find the area of these 3 triangles and add them, you get the area of triangle ABC. But this area is already calculated by which formula? Heron's formula. Now we are comparing Heron's formula and the regular formula of the triangle. I write as it is. Area of triangle ABC. Later on I substitute what is known as, in this place I write this value. Now I simply continue like this because this is lengthier, therefore area of triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC is equal to, first I want area of triangle AOC. Area of a triangle, now I am using the formula half into base into height. Half. What is the base of the triangle AOC? Base of the triangle AOC is 6 plus x. 6 plus x is the base and 4 is the height. AOC. AOC. This is the base and this is the height. Half into 6 plus x. What is that 6 plus x? It is the base into what is known as altitude, that is 4. That is 4. Right? Plus. You may get a confusion, therefore I change the color. This is plus. Now I write the area of the triangle BOC. Half into base. Now the base of the triangle, I don't want to write 6 plus 8. I write 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 into height is 4. Height is 4. Area of triangle BOC, half into 14 into 4. Plus, now again I change the color. Half. Now area of triangle AOB. half into base. Base of the triangle AOB means 8 plus x. Therefore, it becomes 8 plus x. Into height. Height is 4. See, in all the three triangles, altitude is same. That is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is 4 centimeter. Now, cancellation. Since altitude is 4, easy to cancel. 2 ones are 2 2s are 2 1s are. I have changed the color. 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 1s are 2 2s are. Altitude 4 is there, easy to cancel. Now multiplication. Area of triangle ABC is equal to, here 2 is there, 2 into 6, 12, plus x into 2, 2x. See, don't get confused. 6 into 2, 12, 2 into x is 2x, plus 14 into 2, 14 into 2 is 28, plus 2 into 8, 16, x into 2, 2x. After cancellation, I multiply, I keep. Now addition. There is nothing in this problem. The only thing is length. Length always checks your patience, endurance. Any student can keep his interest for a longer duration. I tell you, definitely you become successful in your life. Keep the interest intact. Starting days you have an interest, then later stage you lose interest. In this problem also, when you start the problem you may get interest, but when the problem becomes lengthy we lose interest. We should not lose interest throughout our life, right? Now see, now addition. 12 plus 28, how much it is? 40. 40 plus 16, 56. Plus 2x plus 2x, 4x. Right? Now I calculated the area of the triangle ABC by using the regular method, half into base into height. I already calculated the area of the triangle ABC by using the Heron's formula. Now comparison of both Heron's formula and the regular method. Now area of triangle calculated as, but I write it here, but area of triangle ABC is equal to, I already calculated this, 4 root 3x of 14 plus 6. 14 plus 6. This is already calculated by me by Heron's formula. Now comparison. Now in this place of area of triangle ABC, I write that number. 4 root 3x of 14 plus 6. 14 plus 6 is equal to, here what I do is, since here 4 is there, I can take 4 as a common factor. Then I remove 4. If I remove 4, 56 divided by 4, 4 ones are 4, then 1 left, 16, 4 fours are 14 fours are 56, plus 4 is gone, x is there. 4 of 14 plus 6. 56 plus 4x can be written as 4 of 14 plus 6. Now both sides 4 is there. Eliminate. Then it becomes what? Root 3x of 14 plus x is equal to 14 plus x. Now your capabilities, the mathematical ability. See, in any equation, if one side is root is there, to eliminate that root, we have to square the equation on both sides. You have to square them. When you square them, root goes. Right? Squaring both sides. When you square both sides, what happens? The square root of 3x of 14 plus x whole square becomes 3x of 14 plus x. This gone. This root sign is gone. But here you got what is known as a square. 14 plus x whole square. 3x of 14 plus x is equal to 14 plus x whole square. Now we have to solve this equation to get the value of x. I write it here. Now multiplication again. Here what is that? I write it again. Okay. 3x of 14 plus x is equal to 14 plus x whole square. That is there, right? Right? Now multiply. 3 into 14. 3 into 14 is 42. Right? 3 4s are 12. 1. 3 1s are 3 plus 1 is 4. 42x plus 3x into x, 3x square is equal to 14 plus x whole square. It is a plus b whole square. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. A square, 14 square plus b square, x square plus 2 into 14 into x, 2ab. Right? Now, 42x plus 3x square is equal to 14 square is 196. 14 into 14, 196. Plus x square plus 2 into 14 is 28x. 28x. Now we have to transfer. Always, while transferring, identify the highest power. Which is the highest power? X square is the highest power. What is the coefficient here? 3. This is 3 and this is 1. This is smaller, this is bigger. Therefore, while transferring, it is like a tug of war. A fat person pulls the thinner person. Like that, he is thinner, he is fatter. Therefore, all these numbers are going to transfer to this. Therefore, first start with the higher number, higher power. First, 3x square I written. X square is this side. I transfer to this side. It becomes minus x square. Minus x square. Then 42x is there. After x square, come to the linear term. That is x. 42x is there. Here, 28x. Transfer 28x to this side. Minus 28x. And then left with the number, that is 196. If transfer to this side, it becomes 1 minus 196 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Now, 3x square minus x square. Although 3x square, if I remove 1x square, it becomes 2x. 2x square plus, because always you have to put a sign of a bigger number, 42 and 28, which is bigger, 42. Now you have to subtract 28 from 42. 42. 12 minus 8 is 4. And left with, this will become 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then it becomes 14x minus 196 is equal to 0. Whenever such equation, it is a quadratic equation. I am going to start quadratic equation in the next class. In the quadratic equation, well, before factorizing, it is nothing but the factorizing the trinomial. You would studied the factorization in 8th standard only. The first step is you have to remove the common factor. If any common factor is there, you have to remove it all. Here we can easily identify 2 is a common factor. I remove the 2 as a common factor. 2 r of x square, if 14 is divided by 2, it becomes 7x. Minus, if I divide this 196 by 2, 2 9s are 18 and 116, 98 is equal to 0. Here 2 is not equal to 0. 2 should not be equated to 0. Therefore, this particular part is 0. Then you have to factorize this. X square plus 7x minus 98 is equal to 0. Factor form of 98. You have to identify 98. 98. You have to identify the factors of 98. 98 factor is 14 sevens are 98 or 7 14s. 7 if I divide. See, from the 7 if I divide, 7 ones are 7. How much is left? 2. 28. 7 4s. 7 into 14 is 48. right? Sorry, 90. 7 into 14 is 90. Now, 14 minus 7 is 7, right? Therefore, this is plus, this is minus. You have to get 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. X square minus 7x plus 14x minus 98 is equal to 0. Now I take the common factors. X of x minus 7 plus. Now I have to remove something from here. 14. Remove 14. X minus 7 is equal to 0. I know that. 14 7s are 98. Now this becomes x minus 7 into x plus 14 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal, see, minus 7 got to that side means 7, or plus 14 goes that side means minus 14. Now the value of x may be 7 or minus 14. Value of x may be 7 or minus 14. Tell me children, the measurements cannot be negative. It cannot be minus 14. Therefore, x should be 7 only. X should be 7 only. Now, we have not got the answer. Still, problem is there. X value is 7. Now, I go back to the diagram now. I go back to the diagram. Here, at the place of x, I can replace 7. I got x as what? 7. If I write this as 7, this as 7, then what is the length of AB? Length of AB is equal to 8 plus 7. The whole length becomes 15. AB is equal to 15 centimeter and AC is equal to 6 plus 7 is equal to 13 centimeter. Therefore, the answer is 13 centimeter and 15 centimeter for this particular problem. I repeat this problem once again. This is one of the lengthiest problem. 100% I tell you, this problem is not going to come for the public examination because the major portion of this particular problem is for in the 9th standard. But why they are given this type of problem is, this type of problem makes us to have a patience to solve a problem, right? Having a patience is the golden theme of life. In a life we should have a lot of patience, and it is checking our patience, right? The problem is like this. What is the problem? There is a triangle ABC that is circumscribing a circle of radius 4 centimeter, and we have to, they are given the length of one side, we have to find the other lengths of the other two sides. The 10th standard content is only one line, that is, the lengths of the tangent drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. Therefore, see, this is 6, this is also 6, 8, this is also 8. The other sides to calculate, we go for Heron's formula. Heron's formula, the idea is like this. We are finding the area of this triangle by two different methods. One is by the Heron's formula, another is by the regular formula of the triangle. And then we are comparing both. See, here in the Heron's formula, we got the area as 4 of root 3x of 14 plus x. Heron's formula is a plus b plus c is equal to 2s, semi-perimeter. Using that, Heron's formula is area is equal to square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. I applied, I got this area. Then find the area of the same triangle by the regular method, half into base into height. This triangle is divided into 3 triangles because each side has taken as the base, and find the calculate the area. Here the area is calculated 56 plus 4x. Both the areas are compared to get the value of x. Here we are using the concept of quadratic equation, and quadratic equation is there in the 10th standard. I am going to start the quadratic equation in my next class, and by using the quadratic equation, x is equal to 7, but I have not used any quadratic equation technique here. Here we use the factorization of the trinomial. And I got two values for the x is equal to 7 or x is equal to minus 14. Measurements cannot be negative, therefore x is equal to 7. I got the value of x, I go back to the diagram, where the x is there, I replace x as 7, then I get the lengths of the sides. AB is equal to 15 centimeter and AC is equal to 15 centimeter. And see children, you have to write this problem. No doubt, it may not going to come for the examination, but it is for our knowledge sake, endurance sake, patience sake. Do it, right? You have to write once or twice, you get the idea of solving this particular problem. Now we are in the last problem of the chapter called circles. I completed all the problems including one example. The last problem is 13th problem. It is also one of the finest problem, little bit lengthier problem. The problem, it is a rider. Prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. First you have to understand the statement. There is no diagram because since it is a rider, the diagram, everything we have to write. It is just like a theorem, we have to prove it. See, what he is telling is, prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. Means, here there is a circle. I write a circle. With any convenient radius, it is what is known as. If you write rough diagram also okay, but always it is better to use instrument box to write, to solve the problems of geometry. It is a circle. This circle, see, a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle. Try to understand. A quadrilateral circumscribing a circle means there is a quadrilateral outside this, and the sides of the quadrilateral has to touch what is known as this circle. Therefore, I write a quadrilateral. He is not told anything about it is parallelogram or a rhombus or nothing. It is a quadrilateral. I write simple quadrilateral. See, that is a quadrilateral. Now his statement is a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle. A quadrilateral circumscribing a circle means, see, this is a quadrilateral. We name this. This is a quadrilateral. I name this as ABCD. Always naming should be cyclic ABCD. Right? And this ABCD is a circumscribing a circle with the center O. What he is telling is, prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles means these are the opposite. AD is opposite, AD and BC are the opposite sides. Suppose if I join them like this, I join. There is no need to write by order, right? I join. If I join like this, I get an angle. I get an angle subtended by the side AD at O. Same way like this I join. Say like this. What he is telling is angle AOD plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degrees. The opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center. These two angles when you add, you get 180 degrees. Same way, these two angles if you add also you should get what? 180 degrees. Simple. Why I wanted to prove? See, I write, first data I write, because it is a right. ABCD is a quadrilateral. Right? To prove, what I want to prove? To prove angle AOD plus angle BOC is equal to 180, or I can prove one more method also, or angle AOB plus angle AOB plus angle COD opposite. COD equals 180. Quadrilateral circumscribing a circle, the opposite sides they form supplementary angles at the center. Right? How to prove this? To prove this, I require a construction. The construction is like this. See, what I do is, the sides of the quadrilateral are touching the circle. Because I get right angles there. That is the advantage of it. And these points are point of contact. I name them as PQRs. PQRs. Now what I do is, I join this. I join OP. Actually this is construction. I join OP. I join OQ. I join OQ. I join OR. I join OS. Right? And then I understood that all these angles are right angles. Why? Because radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other at the point of contact. All these angles are what? 90 degrees. Right? Now I name them. I write what I did. Join OP, comma OQ, comma OR and OS radiates. Okay, they are all simple. Then what I do is, to make a little bit more convenient, what I do is, I name the angle because I wanted to find angle subtended at the center. This is center, they write somewhere here. This is center, this is one is the center. Here angles are there. For my convenience, I name them. I name this as 1, this is 2, I change the color. If you want, I can change the color. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. There are 8 angles at the center. Out of the 8 angles, what we have to prove is sum of 2, 3, 7, 6 opposite. 2, 3, 7, 6 is equal to 180 or 1, 8, 4, 5. 1, 8, 1 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 180. We have to prove it. Simple. It is for our convenience. Right? First I name like this. Then again what I do is, I identify 2 triangles. I identify 2 triangles in such a manner, both the triangles should have common side, that is AO is the common side. This type of problem we already solved in this exercise only. Here AS is equal to AP. See, tangents drawn to a circle from an external point are equal. Therefore AP is equal to AS. And OS is equal to OP, radii of the same circle. And then AO is common. Therefore, this triangle, I shade here, this triangle and this triangle are congruent by yes postulate. I compare these 2 triangles. In these 2 triangles, AS is equal to AP, tangent drawn to a circle from an external point are equal according to the theorem. OS is equal to OP, radii of the same circle. AO is common. Therefore, by SSS similarity criterion, I can say that SSS postulate, I can say that these two triangles are congruent. Once I prove that these two triangles are congruent, then angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Then there is no need to prove. Then similarly we write. Similarly, 3 is equal to 4, 5 is equal to 6, 7 is equal to 8. Right? But these two we have to prove. Therefore, what I do is I select these two triangles. The name of the triangle is in triangle. What is the name of the triangle? AOP. This type of problem we already solved here. AOP and a triangle AOS. In triangle AOP and AOS, AP, the side AP is equal to side AS. This is because of theorem. Theorem of tangent standard. Tangents onto a circle from an external point are equal. If you have more patience, you can write lengths of the tangents onto a circle from an external point are equal. The next is OP. OP is equal to OS. OP is equal to OS. Radii of the same circle. Radii of the same circle. Then AO is equal to AO. AO is equal to AO. That is common side. AO is equal to AO. That is common side. Therefore, triangle AOP congruent to triangle AOS by yes postulate, right? SSS postulate. AOS, triangle AOS or triangle AOP is congruent to triangle. When two triangles are congruent, all the three sides and all the three angles are equal by CPCT, right? Therefore, I write, therefore, now I name the angles. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 and 2, you have to see the diagram. In triangle AOP, we get 1. In triangle AOS, we get 2. These two angles are equal by CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangle. CPCT. The next part is similarly, I don't write anything. Similarly, if angle 1 is equal to angle 2, then angle 3 is equal to angle 4. You can easily understand. One side odd number comes, one side even number comes. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Angle 5 is equal to angle 6. And angle 7 is equal to angle 8. This is similar. Right? Then one more argument here. This angle is angle 1 is equal to angle 2, angle 3 is equal to angle 4, angle 5 is equal to angle 6, angle 7 is equal to angle. Now, if you add all these angles at the center, full, from 1 to 8, how much you get? If you add all the angles at the center, you get 360 degrees. I write it out. What is that? Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 plus angle 7 plus angle 8 is equal to 360 degrees. All angles that we add put together, you get 360 degrees. Now the question is, which are the angles you want? Which are the angles we want? See, I want 2. I want 2. This 2. I want 2, 3, 7, 6. I want 2, 3, 7, 6. I don't want 1, 8 or 4, 5. Suppose if I take 1, 8 and 4, 5, I don't want 2, 3 and 7, 6. Therefore, first I make this pair. I use only 2, 3 and 7, 8. I come back. See here. I want 2, 3 and what is called as 7, 6. 7, 6. 6, 7. Now I don't want 1. I don't want 1 because I want 2, 3. 1 instead of 1 I can write 2. Instead of 1 I can write 2. Because 1 and 2 are equal. But I want 2 retain. Retain the 2 as it is. I want 3, retain 3 as it is. Plus. I don't want 4. Therefore change the 4 as 3. Because I want 3. I want only 2 and 3. 2 and 3, right? Now next is. Here I want what is known as, I want 7 and 6. 7 and 6. I don't want 5. I don't want 5. In the place of 5 I write 6. I want 6, therefore I retain 6. I want 7, I retain 7. I don't want 8, instead of 8 I write 7. Is equal to 360. Right? Now, how many 2's are there? How many 3's are there? How many 6's are there? How many 7's are there? 2 2's are there. 2 of angle 2 plus 2 of angle 3 plus 2 of angle 6, 2 times angle 7 is equal to 360. Is equal to 360 degrees. Now 2 I take as a common factor. 2 of angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 6 plus angle 7 is equal to 360. Then what happens? 2 cancels there. Therefore, angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 6 plus angle 7 is equal to 360 by 2. 360 divided by 2. 360 divided by 2 is 180 degrees. Now, what is 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3 is angle AOD. 2 plus 3 is what? AOD. Therefore, in the place of 2 plus 3, I write angle AOD plus, what is 6 plus 7? 6 plus 7 is BOC. 6 plus 7 is BOC. AOD plus BOC is equal to 180. That ends the problem. That is what is known as AOD plus BOC is equal to 180. And if you have interest, you can prove this also. There what you want? You want 1 and 8, 4 and 5. You don't require 2 and 3, 7 and 6. Like that also you can solve this problem. I repeat once again, it is a rider. These all problems are for examination point of view. I don't think that it is important. But knowledge set, it is very much important because anyhow you are going to face PUC, CET and everything. Therefore have a wonderful foundation at the 10th standard itself. It is a rider. This rider tells that if a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle, then the angles subtended by the opposite sides are supplementary. Or supplementary means when you add those two angles, you are going to get 180 degrees. That we have to prove. For that purpose, I written a quadrilateral. It is circumscribing a circle, and the sides of the quadrilateral are touching the side the circle, and we call them as point of contact, and each side becomes a tangent, and we are using the theorem tangent onto a circle from an external point are equal. By that knowledge, using that information, prove that two triangles are congruent. By that, two angles are equal. At the center we have 8 angles. Out of the 8 angles, only actually there are 4 pairs of equal angles are there, and each pair, when you make a pair of them, you get a supplementary angles. That is the idea of this particular problem, right? See children, now I solve all the problems given in the exercise 4.2. There are 13 problems are solved, but this chapter is having only 4 marks. Out of 4 marks we have to get one theorem. Then other than the theorem there is one more problem. Therefore all problems are not that much important, right? But for a knowledge sake we have to practice all the problems. So far in the public examination what they did is, for a theorem, suppose you are finding difficult to solve a theorem, prove a theorem, they are going to give an internal choice. They call it as an internal choice. A problem or a theorem. Option is yours. Some people are very good in theorem, they write theorem. Some people are good in problems, they solve problem. But you get a choice of problem of 3 marks or theorem of 3 marks. But usually all children, they go for theorem because practicing theorem is easier compared to practicing a problem. But I did both theorems as well as problems. It depends on you how you are going to fare in the public examination, right? This ends the chapter called circles. The next class I start quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, that also wonderful chapter, having some 6 marks in the public examination.
Assignment number 137. First question. Prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Second one. Write the Heron's formula for finding the area of a triangle. Third question. See the diagram. It is a diagram given in the textbook. I solved this problem, but I splitted the problem into a number of smaller problems. Third one. From the figure, find the length of CR and BP. B part, second problem of the third problem. Find the semi-perimeter of the triangle ABC. Since you are using Heron's formula to find the area of the triangle, you should know how to find the semi-perimeter of the triangle. Triangle ABC. You have to find the semi-perimeter of the triangle ABC. Third one is find the area of the triangle ABC using Heron's formula. All these problems are solved in this video only. Fourth one, prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. This problem also I solved. You see the video properly and then you can solve the problems given in the assignment. Fifth one is, as usual, theorem. The lengths of the tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Prove. Thank you.